Joining me now is Chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors, Jared Bernstein, my good friend who always makes sense of these numbers when they seem to suggest polar opposite things. What does this signal to the White House, Jared? How do you interpret this?
We have healthy consumers who are taking advantage of an historically strong job market. Unemployment's been below 4% for a year and a half, strong job creation, and real pay gains. Now, I noticed that you cited that year-over-year inflation number and then went to the monthly consumer spending number. So I'm going to try to make this not confusing, but I apologize in advance if I fail. The monthly inflation number ticked up 0.2%. That's the same. That was for July. It was the same in June. The thing you want to do right now, because of some of the factors that distort the yearly number, is to look at the past 3 months. Now, over the past 3 months, the inflation gauge that came out today, and you're right, it's the one that the Fed looks at most closely, went up 2.1% at an annual rate. Now, that is awfully close to its pre-pandemic trend. So we have easing inflation, a strong labor market supporting solid consumer spending, and the path is straight ahead based on those dynamics.
Okay, the consumer spending, folks have been tightening their belts, but it doesn't necessarily show that, right? Despite all the higher prices, why do you think consumers are still spending on the fun stuff?
Well, I think that if you look at the extent to which inflation has come down, I mentioned about 2% for a 3-month annualized growth rate. If you go back a year, that number was north of 6%. So we've had a strong bout of what we call disinflation, meaning slower growing inflation. At the same time, as I've mentioned, very strong labor market. What does that mean? It means that wages now are outpacing inflation. So we have wages growing at a rate that's faster than prices, and that means that people's buying power is getting back up to where it needs to be. And I think we're seeing that in the consumer spending data.
However, as you know, a majority of Americans still say they are living paycheck to paycheck. So what is the message to those people who don't really personally feel the economy improving, despite the White House's messaging?
Well, I think there we have to consider what we've been talking about in terms of current events, where we have, again, a strong labor market supporting consumer spending and real wage gains. But it's early days for those wage gains, by the way. So I'm very sympathetic to the idea that people need to see them continue. And I think if the job market stays tight, they will. But I think we also need to look around the corner. You see a president that is working day in and day out on behalf of the American people. The prescription drug announcement that came out earlier this week, it's going to help the incomes of millions of seniors by allowing them to spend less on prescription drugs. This morning, we announced a proposed overtime rule so that people can get fair overtime pay on the job. And of course, there's the deep investment agenda behind Bidenomics, which is supporting manufacturing across this country in rural areas, in urban areas, in blue states, in red states. So we believe that the current dynamics in the economy are moving in the right direction, but we're planting the seeds for a more prosperous future as well.
Lastly, Jared, a few more data points, including we have tomorrow's jobs report and the consumer price index inflation report, and that all happens before the Fed meets at the end of September. So what are you watching for over the next few weeks as the Fed considers what to do with interest rates?
Well, look, we really respect a very independent Fed, so we just stay out of their knitting. Our client is the American people and American households. And in that regard, we want to keep maintain some of the trends we've talked about. It's actually very unusual in economics to get this much disinflation, to have the inflation rate come down as far as it has. I told you on a 6-month annualized rate, 6% down to 2% for the PCE. To have that much disinflation while maintaining such a strong labor market. The president told us we could do it, and in fact, that's what's happening. So we want to keep our heads down and keep building on those positive trends.